Hey guys, in this video, I'm doing probably my most requested video, a before and after video. I've gotten a lot more comfortable doing before and afters. Previously, I had been a little shy about posting befores. At the time, I was really embarrassed by my weight, and so I wasn't taking a ton of photos, and I was also always wearing like big baggy clothes because I was just kind of uncomfortable with my body and trying to hide it. But life is a journey, and I've gotten a lot more comfortable sharing about all of that. Obviously, I have a whole YouTube channel, and I did find several videos that I took showing off some Amazon clothes. That's what the videos were. And they were of me just shortly before I started my GLP-1 journey. So I will show you those. I'll show you how I'm doing now, but I also thought it'd be helpful to kind of use before and afters to fully kind of explain my story. The short version of my story is that after I was done breastfeeding my second baby, I had a lot of weight gain. I was out of weights I had never been before in my life. I was having a lot of hormonal issues, a lot of cravings, really struggling with food. I was clinically overweight. I have an underlying heart condition, and the weight felt out of control. I was really trying to get it into control for probably like 6 months with diet and exercise, but it was just going nowhere. I was gaining and losing the same 5 pounds. And I ultimately decided to do a GLP-1 for weight loss. When I started, I was at about 170, a BMI of 27, and I went down to a BMI of 22-ish. At the end, I was weighing around 135. I ended my GLP-1 journey 7-8 months ago, and I'm still at around 135. So I have been able to maintain. I was able to take my time on my GLP-1 to totally change my habits and get into such a healthier routine. And I also did a really slow wean off, which I think helped too. So I do think it's helpful in fully explaining my story by looking at some photos of me through the years. I feel like that kind of helps explain where I was at was such an unhealthy weight for me. My before and afters are going to be nowhere as near dramatic as a lot of people on GLP-1s. I am definitely on the more lower end of a GLP-1 story. I was at the BMI of 27, which is where a lot of doctors will just start treating there. But I think looking at my whole story kind of helps explain things. So this is me right out of college. I would say my habits were pretty healthy. I tried to eat pretty healthy. I wasn't necessarily doing like a high protein diet. I was just trying to eat like vegetables where I can, and I definitely was like aware and watching what I ate. I worked out probably 5 days a week, and I would say I'm about 140 pounds here. This is a picture of me around like 24. I had gained like 5 to 10 pounds. I was working at a job that had really long hours, and it always provided snacks, but not meals. And so I gained like, I think 10 pounds. So I think I was about 150 here. This photo of me, I am 25. I'm at my bridal shower. I did lose that weight. I was down to 140. I lost it by diet, and I think I was even doing like 2-a-day exercises. I didn't have kids yet. I could do that, and I really wanted to get in shape for my wedding, which is pretty normal. This picture is 12 months after I had my first baby. I was still breastfeeding. My weight was around 150. I was not too concerned about my weight. My habits were not super healthy at this point. I was a young mom, still working part-time, and I think during my pregnancy, I kind of built some bad habits like carb-heavy food and not working out as much. And I would say my lifestyle was not as healthy. My weight was around 150. I wasn't terribly worried about it at that point. And then 6 months later, I got pregnant again. This is 9 months after I had my second baby, and I was about 160 pounds. I was breastfeeding still. Definitely was not very healthy at this point. I had a lot of cravings. I was using food for comfort a lot. I mean, I tried to work out when I could, but it just didn't happen a lot because it was so hard to get the kids to the gym or find, a time. I remember I'd like put on a Pilates video and then they'd both be like on top of me. Like it was really hard and I was not in the healthiest place. And now in these videos, I am around 170 pounds and I was very upset and insecure about my weight. I felt very stuck. I was really trying to work out more. The weight was not dropping off. I was struggling with food cravings and I was being starving all the time and I was having a lot of hormonal issues. I had some clear signs of insulin resistance and my doctor talked about that. My health was just not good. My habits were not good. My health was not good. And I was holding on to weight that was very unnormal for me. So I know a BMI of 27 to some people wouldn't be as concerning, but to me, it was really unhealthy. And I do have a heart issue. And so being overweight and holding on to extra weight and being in poor habits is extra not great. So I decided I wanted medical help. At the time, everyone was talking about Ozempic all the time. And I decided to do a GLP-1 and I landed on doing compound tirzepatide. My insurance wouldn't cover the name brands and I did tirzepatide over semaglutide because tirzepatide can just kind of have quicker and more weight loss and less side effects. So I decided to go with that. I ended up using the telehealth Join Fridays, which I really, really loved. They keep their prices low and they have a great overall support. And they can also prescribe the name brands if your insurance will cover it, which I think is nice. But you can tell in these videos, I'm puffy. I know I'm wearing like baggy clothes and everything, but I think you can see it. So here is me the last month I was on my GLP-1. I was doing a weaning dose, but I was technically still on it. I had lost that around 35 pounds. I think from my first shot to my last shot, it was 34 pounds. So that's kind of normally what I say. But yeah, around 35 pounds. I was so much healthier. I felt so much healthier. I had started intermittent fasting. I was eating a high protein diet. I was doing regular strength training, regular exercise again. I had figured out how to successfully work that into my mom life. I was in just such a healthier place, and then I ultimately did get off of it. Here's me just a couple months off of the GLP-1. I was able to successfully maintain with my lifestyle changes, actively working at it, And then here are some videos that I just recently did. And I think I look about the same as I did when I got off my GLP-1. Maybe I've toned a little bit. I'm trying. I do my Pilates and my fitness routine and lift weights and everything. But I think I look pretty similar to what I did when I first got off Tirzepatide. I wish I had done the thing that people do where they like stand in their sports bra and their biker shorts and like do like different photos of before and afters. I didn't know I'd be this public about my weight loss journey, but I just kind of started talking about it and I did a lot of research along the way and I wanted to kind of share what I found and why I made my decisions and what I did. And I think my story is unique in the GLP-1 world, that I did a short-term therapy. Now, plenty of people will be long-term therapy people, and that is just fine, and that is great. There's medicines that I will be on long-term. So I'm so supportive of your journey, whatever it looks like, but I'm just sharing my personal journey. I hope this video was helpful. I hope that you understood kind of why I felt like I wanted to like show me through the years, because I think it kind of explains like why the weight I was at when I started my GLP-1 was so unhealthy for me. And I feel like it kind of shows like how much healthier it got me. I'm at around 135 and I have been for almost 8 months. And that is the lowest weight I had been just about my whole adult life, like since I've been out of college for sure. I feel like I am in the healthiest habits I've been in my entire adult life when it comes to food and exercise. And I am so, so grateful. I do want to mention that a couple months after getting off of Tirzepatide, I did get on Wellbutrin. I've been looking into Wellbutrin to help with chronic fatigue and ADD and depression. and I did get on it, loved it, and I do feel like it provides me some appetite suppression. It is prescribed off-label even to some people for appetite suppression and binge eating disorders. It's an antidepressant, so it's not going to work for everyone. Everyone's individual, but Wellbutrin has really helped me, and I feel like it does a little bit of appetite suppression. It kind of quiets the food noise, not as much as the GLP-1 does, and it doesn't like make me get full fast necessarily like the GLP-1 did in my maintenance journey. So I just wanted to be honest about that and mention that because that's definitely a part of my story too. I don't plan on getting off of that at all. So I think that is helping me with my maintenance, and I'm grateful for it as well. All right, that will be it for my video. I hope this was helpful. Let me know in the comments what you thought. I'd love to hear in the comments your story. Is it similar to mine? Are you on your own path? I love hearing other people's stories. Please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps my channel, and I will see you in my next video.